so-called education, so-called educated, is a message for you to provoke your big brain. It is not your intellect that is keeping you alive. It is the perfect creation of this existence, and the perfection of this existence, and the perfect geometry of the creation, plus a pigment of that perfect creation that you came out as a human being, as you, the innate intelligence built into for you to survive and to live in this given environment. So-called education, so-called intellect is a puny idea for us to bring out comforts and frills and gadgets and shirts and roof over our head and a bit of train to travel distance, a car. All the luxuries and convenience are brought upon comfort and convenience. Yet, where we are today with all the lockdown and stress, mental distress, anxiety, so-called, all of this is because of your puny thought and your puny ideas of the logic is playing against your own health and your own well-being. And the own health and the well-being is not just of the human species, but the entire planet that supports life as a whole has been compromised with your silly, puny, stupid, minuscule ideas of intellect and education. Education is wonderful if it works for us to enhance the human experience and the comforts and convenience that we have created around us, without compromising, without endangering the very perfect creation and the intelligent creation of the existence and this planet. Your greed is one of the most twisted ideas. Instead of moving your greed into the need of our survival and our existence, we have moved from need to greed, where this planet nor the life of the planet can support you, nor the life as a whole. You can sit in many summits, you can sit in all places you want to, you can come together via virtual reality or virtual TV, or whichever the ways you wish to meet, unless you make a change. The change that is required for others to make that change may never occur. And the consequences are far greater than the pandemic that we are going through right now. Because when the nature starts crawling back its life, because it is also in a survival mode right now, as we extract, as we exploit the planet and its oceans, the sea, the air, the waters, with the number of pollution and destruction to its balance of that intelligence. It is also trying to recover and regenerate life and renew life through the cyclical emotions that it's throwing up as its life is under threat by human species here on Earth. For all the leaders of the planet, your puny, silly political ideas are not what's required for change. It is your individual scope of the scale of destruction you've caused with your policies and ideas is what needs change. Every one of us as human beings are capable of this. I've spent my entire life connected to the nature and life around me. And every step, every journey I've made has been of conscious nature, and it's close to the nature. And multitude of times with pain and utter emotions for the life of all and the next generation of children of the future. Everything I've done is to leave a little bit better than how I found it yesterday. And every one of those videos are illogical to your logical, puny intellect, may not fit into what I'm saying and expressing here, but you've paid enough attention to the surrounding of your life. Even a grasshopper, a blade of grass, is a significant life to a snail and a worm to an insect. Is more significant life than the human species, what they're doing. So-called for the well-being and the human progress, they've destroyed the planet. The very existence that is created in such perfection for all life to thrive. Instead, we chop them up, we sacrifice, we saw every other life is here to serve us, human species. Those dogmatic religious ideologies and prophecies and policies and dogmas of theological and psychological nonsense that have been infested the human species on the planet has caused the major damage and major destruction and suffering to every life on this planet. It is time we put our silly ideas on the side table and keep this mind empty of space, just like the Akash, this empty space in stillness. With that stillness, you may start to work towards something beautiful with your physical life and make it happen so that next generation of human species here on earth become a conscious, responsible, and able to live a joyful, pleasant experience of life, because the glorious day out there of the sunshine, the perfect rotations and the cyclical life that is out there is doing everything for you to experience your life. All you have to do is sit down and enjoy the spin of the planet instead of trying to reverse and question the creation and make a mockery of your life and everyone else's life. Time has come not to sit down and talk about the climate change or the rising of the seawater and the melting of the glaciers. Time has come to undo your stupidity through education, undo your stupidity through religious dogmas and ideas, undo the political nonsense that have been carried on for centuries, and come to sense with human cerebral capabilities and pay attention to the process of life and forget the targets that are set for 2025, 30, 60, and 80, and see the way we've lived with impactful life that we have lived on this planet, and be gentle on the planet. The footprint less of a footprint on the planet, may have a less of a weight of your impact on the planet. May you walk gently and be sensible to everything you do in life. After all, if you did or did not do, we will pass perfectly at the end. In between that time, it is down to you as to how consciously and how gently and wakeful that you are in whatever you do. May you become generous in your humanity than in your ideas that you have stuck up here.